Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jules Randall, and before we start this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more content having to do with self-motivation and self-growth, and of course other content. Let's talk about relationships and all that goes into them. Why get into a relationship nowadays? It's a big question because all seems to happen is we get treated wrong. We get cheated on, we get lied to, we get put in the dirt by the person that we're dating after we put our trust into them. So why should we give our time to a male or a female if all we're going to get back is mistrust, lied to, like I said? Have you set boundaries for yourself and what you want in a relationship, and have you made them clear? Those are all important questions you need to ask yourself when you are in a relationship or if you want to get into one. Number 2, do not settle less. Do not settle for less. And do not accept treatment that you know that you do not deserve. Even if you have not been into a relationship before, and even if you want to get into one and have been treated in a bad one, do not settle for less. If you get lied to, end it. Or talk to them about how they're treating you and try to solve the problem correctly. And if they do not end up solving the problem or working with you to solve the issue, they don't care about you. That's a harsh reality and it's hard to accept, but you're going to have to accept it if you want to level your mindset up. You have to have the mindset that your worth and who you are is worth their time. You are worth their time. They need your time. They want your time because your time is valuable. Keep that in mind. The time that you give them, they should be jumping up and down because they have your attention. You are worth way more than getting mistreated. Way more. If you got cheated on, because I did. If you got cheated on, do not immediately go to a new relationship. That is something that a lot of people in our generation do. When they get cheated on, or they get broken up with, or they have something bad happen in a relationship that either breaks their trust, breaks their heart, shatters them to pieces, they go right back to another person. That is exactly what you should not do. After you get broken up with, cheated on, whatever, you need to take time for yourself, months, years, however long it takes for you to build up your self-worth, work on yourself, and set up boundaries for yourself that you know that you need in order to be in a successful relationship and have a good relationship with yourself. You also have to have a good relationship with yourself before you get into a relationship. I know you've heard this phrase. Those of you watching this video, I know that you have heard the phrase, you have to love yourself before you can be truly loved. That is true. Other than your family and the people who have been there for you since the beginning. If you want a stable relationship that will last for a long time, with no cheating, no lying, good communication, you have to have a good relationship with yourself. And of course, we're human. We're not going to completely be so high up in our mindset 100% of the time because we're human. However, you have to love yourself before you can expect good communication from somebody. And I'm not saying that you have to completely be 100%, oh, I love myself, I love who I am, and I know exactly who I want to be. Because we're all growing. It's all of our first times living. However, you have to set boundaries for yourself before you can expect that. Now, what I am not saying is that in order to be loved and to expect loyalty from someone, you have to be a certain something. No, because loyalty is a quality of somebody that they should have, that they should put out there. They should represent themselves. That's who they should stand for. But some people, they don't care about that. You have to know who you are, your boundaries, who you want to be, how you want to get there. You have to have confidence within yourself. Because when other people see that, when other people are attracted to you, they notice your confidence, whether you think they do or not. Confidence is seen at the highest levels possible. For example, when you're walking past somebody in the store, right? You can tell if they're having a bad day. You can tell if they're not feeling good about themselves. You can tell. Why? Because that energy that you give off when you're walking around, shoulders back, head held high, eyes forward, you can tell when someone has confidence and they're good with themselves. You can tell. So if you get into a relationship, right, and that person can tell that you're not good with themselves, and if that person is a really, really, really bad person, and they just do not care if they're narcissistic, if they're a sociopath, any of those things, especially if they're narcissistic, they will feed off those insecurities. I'm not saying that none of us have insecurities, because we all do. But it's how we act on them and how we portray them that counts. Because if a narcissistic person, you get with a narcissistic person, they, like I said, are going to feed off of your insecurity. And they're going to take that as a chance to manipulate you to the highest extent that they possibly can, because it feeds their ego. It makes them feel as though they're winning. They can manipulate whoever they want to, and they can get whatever they want. Do not feed into that. Love yourself. Grow with yourself. And to be honest, if I had to give any piece of advice having to do with relationships, stay single. If you want a relationship and that's your personal thing, great. I love that for you. Amazing. But before you get into a relationship, like I said, know your boundaries, set your boundaries, love yourself, grow within yourself, set goals, reach those goals, live your life as who you know that you want to become. And become who you really want to become. Because with a good and stable relationship, each person knows exactly who they want to become. In a good, mature relationship. Now, I'm not saying that we all know exactly who we want to be when we grow up and we know exactly what we want to do, because, like I said many, many times, we're human. But the most successful relationships come from people that have their boundaries set, their goals set, and they communicate with that with each other. Moral of the story: love yourself before you expect to be truly loved. You can be loved by anybody, anyone, anytime, any day. But love yourself before you find true love. Simple, except it's not simple. It's actually very complicated. But when you see that you are getting mistreated, no ma'am, do not stand for that at all, ever. Do not sit there and accept and think they may change, because no, they're not going to change. If they are that way and they have not changed, no matter how many times you have asked them to accommodate and communicate how they're feeling, change their ways, because you know that it's not how you're supposed to be treated, and they say that they're going to change, they say, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know I was doing that, I'm so sorry, over and over and over and over and over again, and they don't change, they are not going to change, ever. And you have to realize that. You have to take that into account. Do not stand for what cannot be changed. Do not sit there and look at yourself in the mirror and be mentally degraded by someone who does not want you to change. Because that person is also insecure. That person is projecting their insecurities onto you because they cannot handle themselves. Do not stand for bad treatment. Do not settle for any less than the best treatment from somebody. And treat yourself the way that you want to be treated by other people. Treat others the way you want to be treated by those people. It's a balancing game. You have to love yourself before anything. And when you get cheated on, when you get lied to, when you get manipulated, when you get used, that does not mean that you're not good enough. Because I know that that is exactly what a lot of people think when they get cheated on. They think, what did I do wrong? What am I doing wrong? What could I have done better? Even though you tried so hard to communicate what you know needed to change in the relationship for it to work, and they did not willingly change it, there you go. You're not not good enough because you try. When you get cheated on, that does not mean that you are the issue. You are not the issue. It's them. Your looks, the way you look, the way you act, your personality, if they make you feel bad for who you are, that's Rob's. You should not have to deal with that in a relationship or with any relationship that you have with anyone. Not even a romantic relationship. It's a relationship, friendship, any type of relationship. Know who you are. Stand for who you know that you can be. And do not settle for any less than you know in your heart and your mind that you deserve. Because once you do that, that will tell everyone around you that they can just feed off of that. They can treat you bad and you can accept it, and they can just use you. They can manipulate you. They can put you down. They can mentally degrade you as much as they want to because they know that you are going to accept it and you're going to keep feeding into what they're doing. You have to stand for who you are, and you have to set your boundaries in place, and when someone crosses them with no communication, end it. No matter how hard, no matter how much it hurts, and that relationship, and that friendship, whatever it is. Because you are worth so much more than being taken advantage of in any way, shape, or form. And that's just truth. That's just the truth. It's that simple. It's not simple, but it is that simple. That concept is that simple. The moment that you see that you're getting mistreated, leave. Because it's not going to change. Unless there is clear communication. That goes through friendships. Like I said, friendships, romantic relationships. It goes for any of that. Peers, classmates, if you're in school. If you accept disrespect, you will get disrespect back over and over and over again. For example, if someone makes a joke with you, right? And you take offense to it because it wasn't funny. It was a blatant disrespect and a blatant insult that they knew on their end was an insult, but they said it was a joke. Do not stand for that, because if you stand for it, they know that you will accept it every single time after that, and they will keep doing it over and over and over and over again. It's all about the way that you carry yourself, the way that you view yourself, and never settle for less. Never. Know who you are and stand for who you are. I love y'all. That's it for today. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe for more videos like this and more content having to do with self-worth and other content. Thank you so much. Make sure to go follow my TikTok and follow my Snapchat for daily spotlight videos. I love y'all, and my Instagram too. I'll put all those in the description. I love y'all. Stay blessed.